In Italian, the phrase Sapore Vero means true taste. But on Main Street in Walpole, Sapore Vero means downright delicious. Owner Kenny Defazio is an industry veteran who truly loves what he does.
I can't wait to get to the line because it doesn't matter how bad my day is. As soon as I step behind that line, I feel like a kid in a candy store. And I've been in the business pushing 40 years now, and it's been that way since day one. It's just my love for cooking.
He has a true passion, a very true love of food. It's not even a job to him. It's not a chore. He truly loves it.
So along with his wife Yvonne, he's created a sophisticated space where he serves the true flavors of Italy.
We're keeping everything very simple. I don't bring in frozen food. I shop daily. I go to the city, I go to the markets. I pick everything out by hand. We try to keep all our ingredients very simple. We want the food that we cook to taste like what it is.
So Phantom got out his fork and got ready to mangia the perfect meal. The appetizer menu is divided into two sections, hot and cold. Cold apps include a seared tuna loin over a green pea puree and a flavorful Kobe beef carpaccio served with pickled onions, shaved Reggiano cheese, and a truffle deviled egg. But the must-try is the house-made ricotta dip. Topped with almonds and extra virgin olive oil and served with fried pasta crisps, this is the ultimate chip and dip starter.
When you're taking the crispy noodle of the pasta that's been fried and you scooping it in there, I want to say it gives you the feeling of a deconstructed lasagna without the red sauce. People seem to love it.
The hot appetizers will fill you up and warm you up at the same time. There's boneless short rib braised for 16 hours and served with truffle potato tots. And perfectly executed arancini, crispy on the outside and creamy in the middle.
You get the crunch and then you get the risotto and the melted cheese. This is one of my favorites. Usually people order two of them.
But the hot starter you need to try is Kenny's grandmother's time-tested meatballs, served with whipped burrata cheese and a simple tomato sauce.
We pan fry them, and then we just place them on a little bed of tomato sauce. We make a little Parmesan crisp just by taking raw Parmesan and roasting it in the oven till it's crispy. That gets placed on top, a little bit of basil leaf and some basil oil around the sides. When you bite into them, they're crispy and they're still moist inside because we do them to order. We don't cook anything ahead of time.
Since much of it is made on site, a pasta dish is a must at Sapore Vero. There's the slow-cooked duck served over risotto with roasted butternut squash, sage and Parmigiano Reggiano, or pillowy potato gnocchi rolled out and cut every single day and topped with imported tuna, porcini mushrooms, and plenty of parm.
It has the sweetness of the cheese, it has the earthiness of the mushroom, and where we use a quality tuna, it has a nice taste of the sea.
But the lasagna di Napoli is the way to go. Unlike the lasagnas you've come to know, this dish is folded individually so every side gets a little crispy.
Growing up as a kid, my favorite part was to fight for the edges of the lasagna because they were always crispy. So my thought with this was, why don't we put it on a sizzle pan with a little bit of oil? I grab a little handful of Reggiano cheese and I pull it across the top of the pasta and we bake it until that top shell becomes nice and crispy with all the Reggiano. So the entire lasagna is the crispy edge of the lasagna.
The entrees at Sapore Vero range from pan-roasted cod, sourced that day and served in a garlic butter white wine sauce over scallion risotto with asparagus, to a beautifully marbled ribeye served alongside a piping hot bowl of Fontina del Monaco potatoes. And while chicken is usually an afterthought at most restaurants, here it's one of Phantom's faves.
We take imported prosciutto cotto and then we add mozzarella to that and we roll that up and we stuff that inside. We bread it, we pan fry it. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a panini, you know, made from chicken with a little red sauce with layers of ham and cheese in it.
If you have room, there's a big selection of sweets, from decadent mud pie served in a pie crust boat with an espresso bean semi-freddo, and an apple cobbler over vanilla anglaise with a caramel drizzle and raspberry coulis. But the 3-layered cannoli cake is the #1 treat sure to satisfy your sweet tooth. This cake version of an Italian classic is decadent, layered with creamy cannoli filling.
Well, it tastes like a cannoli. It's actually a cake and it's light. And we make them individual. It's delicious.
Ricotta dip, meatballs, lasagna, stuffed chicken breast, and cannoli cake make for the perfect meal at Sapore Vero.